back to my channel. I'm here with my best friend Anthony.
Hey.
And from the intro you guys probably saw I had contacts. I had to take them out. They were literally the most fucking uncomfortable things I've ever had in my eye in my entire life. But anyways, this year we decided to do Ballgag and Pentagram from American Horror Story Cult, which are two of the clowns.
Cult members.
Yeah, from this season. And if you guys don't know, American Horror Story is our favorite show of all time. So we had to do this iconic look. This just made me want to dye my hair black and cut my hair short, and I want to wear this wig for the rest of my life. I'm not the typical beauty guru who does 31 million trillion Halloween tutorials in the month of October, so this is going to probably be my one and only Halloween tutorial, so I thought I would split it into two, so I do his makeup first and then mine. And yeah, if you guys want to see how we got this look right here, if you guys want to recreate it, feel free. And yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, so first I'm starting off by attempting to try to block out his brows. He has really thick eyebrows, so this was a little hard. I have never blocked out eyebrows before, but basically I'm just putting the glue stick all throughout his brows, kind of rubbing it back and forth, and then taking a spoolie and brushing them upwards and laying them flat against his head. I wish I had a different glue stick for this because this glue stick sucked. It was so awful, and it was just really bad. But then I'm taking some of the RCMA no color powder and I'm just kind of setting that glue down. Then I'm taking a little bit of the Benefit Professional and I'm just applying that where his pores are a little bit larger, just so I had a smoother surface to work with. So before this, we actually had used a face paint from the Halloween store that was literally awful. It was a gray face paint and it truly looked like a clay mask. So we took that off and I went in with the LA Girl white foundation. I just wanted to see how it looked on the skin first before I mix anything in with it. And since I didn't have a gray foundation or anything, I took some black eyeshadow and scraped the top of it to have like kind of a loose pigment, and I mixed that in with the white foundation to make a gray foundation, and it worked perfectly fine. And it looked so much better than a face paint from the Halloween store since it is a foundation and meant to be on your face. And I'm just using a damp beauty blender to blend this out all over his face. Since that foundation is a little dewy, I'm just setting it with the RCMA no color powder. So the pentagram mask has like these deep dark circles on it, so I'm just taking some black eyeshadow and just accentuating his bags pretty much. I'm using the Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette for this. So the mask has these different shaped holes around the top of the mask and kind of along the side of it. So I'm just taking a brow pencil and kind of just drawing out where I'm going to place them. These don't have to be perfect. They're all like really different shaped and stuff, so I didn't really have like a rhyme or reason for this. I was kind of just drawing different shaped holes. Then I'm going in with a black eyeliner and I'm just outlining the circles that I did with the brow pencil, and then I'm going to fill those in with a black shadow, and I'm kind of doing like a gradient effect to make them look a little bit hollow. So I take the eyeshadow and kind of just like make it a little bit darker towards the top of the hole, and then as it goes down I'm making it a little bit lighter. So like I mentioned, the mask has some holes on the side of the face as well, so I just drew some little holes and filled those in with the same shadow, and then I also did 2 little holes on the nose and then 1 above the lip.
So I'm taking these two shades from the Kat Von D palette and I'm kind of just stippling this all over the face. The mask in the show is like a really fucked up mask, so I'm just making it look really old and aged and just kind of dirty looking. With that same black shadow, I'm just kind of blending that messily around the mouth area since the mask has like a really dark black shadow around it. So I started deepening up the eye sockets again because I realized that in the picture the entire like eye socket is like black and dark and hollowed out. So I just kind of took the black shadow and just ran that around his natural eye socket. So the main part of this entire look is the big ass pentagram on the front of the mask. So I just mapped out where I was going to draw the pentagram first with that same brow pencil I used earlier. And then I'm going over that with the Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Ribbon. And it's just a very bright red liquid lipstick. And I'm just using an angled brush to apply that. By the way, I forgot to show it on camera, but I did apply some black liquid lipstick to Anthony's lips that he kept freaking messing up because he was eating that damn ring pop, but I did apply some black liquid lipstick to his lips. And that is it for the pentagram look. So this is the finished look, and then now on to the ball gag mask, which is my look. So I'm starting off by attempting to block out my brows as well. Like I mentioned earlier, this was the first time I had blocked out anybody else's eyebrows and my own eyebrows myself. So I'm just doing what I had said earlier, just kind of putting the glue throughout my brows and then laying them flat against my head with a spoolie. I'm just brushing them upwards. And then I'm just kind of setting that with the RCMA No Color Powder. If you are going to do this and use a white face paint or foundation, please color correct your brows and do not make the same fucking mistake that I did, because I literally hated my brows and how they looked the entire time because I should have either put foundation over them or put concealer over them, but I was scared that it was gonna like mix with the actual white foundation and it wasn't gonna look good. But whatever, don't make my same mistakes, learn from me and just like color correct them or something. For me, I had done this twice already with the same foundation or whatever, but the first time I was using the foundation, it was not going over the brows correctly with a beauty blender. So with a flat brush, I kind of just packed on foundation over it and it looked better than it did the first time, but I still didn't really like how it looked. But like I said, this was my first time even doing anything like this with my brows, so let's just cut me some slack. Okay, thank you so much. And I'm just setting underneath my eyes and then setting my entire face with the RCMA No Color Powder. So I'm taking like this off-white shadow in the Kat Von D palette and kind of stippling that in random places because the mask had like this really ugly yellow tint to it. So I'm kind of just taking like that shadow and then this like yellowish kind of shadow and stippling that around my face. And then I'm taking a black shadow and putting that messily in my crease. So I'm taking a black eyeliner and kind of drawing out where I'm going to be putting these like lines that go from her eyelid all the way up to like her forehead, and I'm just kind of mapping out where I'm going to be drawing them and then filling them in with a gel liner. And when doing something like this, looking down at a reference picture the entire time really helps out a lot. And now I'm just doing the same thing but on the lower part of my face, but these ones kind of curve a little bit, they don't go just straight up and down. And then I'm filling that in with a gel liner. This is the tarteist like gel liner, the one that comes like in the squeezy tube. I really don't recommend this eyeliner to do this if you are going to do it, because this one like creased and smeared a lot. So next I'm drawing out these two lines that are in the middle of her forehead, and then they have like a curved line coming out from them. They kind of look like brows. I'm not too sure if that's what they're supposed to be, but I'm going to say that they're brows. And then I'm just going over that with that same gel liner that I was using earlier. Now moving on to lips, I am taking a red liquid lipstick. This is Arriba from Colourpop, and I'm making my lips very round. I'm like really going over my natural lip line. This is supposed to look like she has a ball gag in her mouth, so it's supposed to be very rounded. And then I'm also taking some black liquid lipstick in the middle of that and then mixing the two together. Now to make like the little harness, I guess it would be, to like the ball gag, or what's supposed to be the ball gag, I'm taking the same black gel liner that I used earlier. And then for the little rings that she has from the like harness, I'm using the Colourpop gel liner in the shade Kicker. It's just like a silver gel liner, and I'm just creating the little circles with that. And then I'm just gonna get the same black gel liner again and make the rest of the harness to make it look like it's actually attached to my face. And then I'm shading inside the little rings to make it look like it's kind of sitting on top of my face. And then taking that same gel liner to make these little dots on the side. So I just added a short black wig. I got this one at Spirit for like 15 bucks. I will link it down below. I also added some white contacts, which were really shitty. I got these at like a really sketchy store, so I don't recommend doing that. But anyways, happy Halloween, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.